machines. Okay. So this is the problem I'm going to discuss. The topic is called as sequencing. Okay. The problem is sequencing kind of problems. Okay. So first classification is n jobs on 2 machines. So this is the problem. Kindly make a note of this problem. N jobs on 2 machines. N jobs on 2 machines. Okay, job 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I think you can understand there is 5 jobs. So n jobs means it can be 5 jobs, 6 jobs, 7 jobs, it can be anything. Okay, so 5 jobs are there, but it should be constant, only 2 machines. Okay, machine A and machine B. So we are going to solve another problem with machine A, B and C. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to determine optimum sequence, right? Optimum sequence. Okay, so we have to identify the optimum sequence, minimum elapsed time, that is the total time to complete a project or an activity, and how much time the machine are idle. So machine A, how much of time it is idle, machine B, how much of time it is idle. So the first problem we are going to do is n jobs on 2 machines. Okay, so first we are going to identify optimum sequence. Okay, so first one is optimum sequence. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is optimum sequence. So how to do this optimum sequence? Let us understand how to make this order. Okay, I will take this, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. How many jobs we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we have 5 jobs and we have 2 machines, A and B. We have A and B, 2 machines we have. So 3, 8, something that we have 8. Okay, 3, 8 something, and 4, 10, 6, 5, 8. Okay, now I'm going to do the sequencing. How I'm going to make an order, right? So just let me know. I'm going to order in this way. So order is going to be five different numbers, right? So since I have 5 specific orders, so I'm going to have 5 sequences. So I'm going to have the answers here, right? I'm going to have the answer. Okay, just let me know among these numbers which is the most minimum. 3 is minimum. Am I right? Among all these 10 numbers, which is minimum? 3 is minimum. Okay. So if the minimum is in machine A, that will come first. Okay. If the minimum is in machine B, you have to approach from this place. Okay. So just I'm going to type here. Right. If the minimum is in machine A, you have to start from this position. If the minimum is in machine B, we have to start from this position. Right? Minimum in A's machine, minimum in B's machine. So the sequence should be like this. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So if it is machine A, so like this, it will go. Right? It will start from this position. If it is from machine B, it will start in this position. Okay. Okay. Like this it goes. Okay. From the left hand side, you should come for machine A, and from the B machine, you have to come from the right hand side. Okay. Just observe what I say. Of these 10 numbers, minimum is 3. Okay. 3 is in which machine? Machine A. So we should start from this position. So number 1. So the activity number 1 right here. So this activity is completed. So once you have taken a number, so that activity is used. Okay. So of these 8, 5, 7, 10, 6, 5, 4, which is the least? 4 is the least. 4 again minimum is in which specific machine? A machine, right? So it should come from this position, from the left hand side. Okay, so 5. Activity is 5. Okay, so this is over. So we have taken 2 activities. Okay, so of these 6, 8, 10, 5, 6, 7, 5. So which is minimum? We have 2 minimums. One in A machine, one in B machine. Simple. A machine should be from this position. So I will be using 3 here. Okay, right. So this is over. Okay, so the B machine obviously will be coming from the right hand side. So it will be here, 4. So this is also completed. So there is only one thing left. Okay, there is only one activity left. So that is 8 and 10. So it is corresponding to second activity. So only one empty space is there. Simple. So it is right. So no, here it is actually 4. It has to come from this position, 4 and 2. So it has to start from this specific position. Okay, is that clear? 1, 5, 3, 4 and 2. So this is how sequencing has to be done. If the sequencing of right, which is minimum, first identify which is minimum. If the minimum is in A's machine, you have to start from your, what you say, left hand side. If the minimum is in B's machine, you should come from your right hand side. Okay, so now the sequencing of machines is 1, 5, 3, 4 and 2. Okay, so this is optimum sequence. So the first one, optimum sequence, we have identified. Okay, then it is
Sir,
minimum elapsed time. Yes.
sir, can you explain that how you arrived at that 1, 5, 3, 4, 2?
Okay, fine. Okay. Fine. So of these numbers 3, 4, 8, 10, 5, 6, 7, 5, 4, 8, minimum number is 3, right? So the minimum number is 3. Okay. So 3 is corresponding to which specific machine? A, right? So if it is corresponding to A machine, your sequencing should start from left hand side. Okay. So the left hand side is this one. Okay. So this is left. Okay. Left side. Okay. And this is right. So your sequencing should start from left. So the minimum of A, the minimum is in A. So this is 3. This is corresponding to, right, which specific job? Job 1. Okay. So now I have taken this. So again, I should not consider. That's all. Right. So of other numbers, right? So these are the numbers 8, 10, 5, 6, 7, 5, 4, 8. So of these numbers, which is minimum? Minimum is 4, right? So the minimum is 4. So 4 is corresponding again to which specific machine? It is A. A means it should be on the left hand side. Okay, so I'm using 5. So the job 5. So this is completed. Okay, that's all. Right. Then which is minimum? 8, 10, 5, 6, 7, 5. So which is minimum? 5. Okay, so 5 and 5. You see this 5 is corresponding to A. And this 5 is corresponding to B. When I say B should start from right and A should start from left. Okay, so simple. So here it is 3. Okay, so another one, it is 4. Okay, what is it? I have taken this. Okay, so this is completed. Okay, so 7 and 5. So 7, 5, obviously when it is B machine, so it should start from here. Okay, so it is 4. So what is the activity? 1, 5, 3, 4. As I said, there is one activity 7 and 5 here. So 5 is the minimum here. That is corresponding to machine B. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay, fine. So there is two numbers here. So one is corresponding to A machine and one is corresponding to machine B. Okay. There is some. mistake in the problem, it seems. Just a minute. Just a minute, hold on. Yeah, right. Okay, so 153. So that's how it is being chosen. So there is two numbers 5 and 5. Both are, there is a tie. So but this 5 is corresponding to machine A. So it should start from that left position. So we have taken 3 here. Okay. And this specific job, it is related to 5. So it should start from the right position. Okay. So 5 is now corresponding to fourth machine. Okay. I made a mistake position now. We have to take 4. So now again, this is also chosen. Okay. So only one is left. 8 and 10. Okay. Irrespective, there is only one. There is no other choice. We can use that number 2 here. Okay. So it is not 15342. It is actually 15324. When it is machine B, we should start from the right hand side position. And when it is from the machine A, it should start from the left hand position. So it is all based on the minimum number, right? When you are making a comparison. So the optimum sequence is 15324. Okay. So the second one is we need to do minimum elapsed time. So what is the total time that has been taken? Okay. So I will do here. Okay. Minimum elapsed time. Minimum elapsed time. Second answer, minimum elapsed time. Okay. Again, there is 5 jobs, right? So there is 5 jobs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, this is very important. You will be getting at least one question from this. Okay, right. So machine A. Okay, so machine A. Okay, time in. Okay, time out. Time in, time out. Similarly, machine B. Okay, machine B, time in, time out. We need to identify time in and time out. Okay, so just now we have identified the sequence, right? 1, 5, 3, 2, and 4. Okay, so this is the sequence. Okay, time in it machine 1. Please observe. Okay, 1. Okay, so this activity or job is 1. So this is job 1. Okay, so it is entering here. Okay, so what is the time here? You just take time as 1. The entry time of that machine, it is how much? So we start with machine 1, right? Okay. Okay. So what is happening here? When you will enter that machine 1, so you will basically start at 0, right? Am I right? So you will start at 0. Okay. So 0 is the time when you enter. How much of time will be taken by machine A to process the first job? See here, job 1. Machine, how much time it will take? 3 minutes. Am I right? It is going to take how much of time? 3 minutes. So when it will come out, when it enters at 0, it will come out when it is 3. Okay, so it will come out when it is 3. The first one will always be 0. You are entering. So when it comes out, 3 minutes it has been taken. So it comes out at 3 minutes. So it enters the machine in, right? It will enter the machine at the 3rd minute. After completion, it just enters. There is no time delay. Just observe, there is no time delay between the machines. So when it enters at 3 minutes, how much of time it will be taken by that machine B to process job 1? 4 minutes. When it enters at 3, it will come out of that machine at 7. Okay. So first job, machine A, it enters at 0, it comes out at 3. It enters that machine B without any time delay at 3 and it comes out at 7. So can you understand that first line? So how I got? Okay, right. So the second job that should be taken is 5. So this is 5. So this one is over. Okay, so this one is over. Now I'm going to take this specific job. Okay, 5. So here the machine will take how much of minutes? So machine A is going to take 4 minutes, right, to do that specific process. Okay, so here the machine will be idle. So 3, it just comes out. So here without any time delay, you can start your job. So it now starts how much? So 0 and 3. Okay, so now the machine enters here, right? It can take the next job, 3 here. Okay, so how much of time will be taken for the fifth activity? So it is taking 4 minutes, right? It is taking 4 minutes. So 3 plus 4, 7. It will come out 7 minutes, right? So after getting out at 7, see here the time out of that machine B is also 7. So here also it is 7. So the machine B can take the job, right? So the machine B can take the job at this 7 minutes, right? So how much of time will be taken now? 8 minutes. So 7 plus 8 is 15. Okay?
Sir,
So
sorry
7
to
plus
ask.
8 is,
Sir,
yes.
sir, why not we are starting from 7? Why we are starting from 3 in the fifth process?
In
Because,
the fifth process,
from-
you see,
Mm-hmm.
first activity of that machine A is over by 3. So after
Yes,
3,
sir.
that machine is now free to process the second activity, right? So it has taken the job at the 3rd minute. Okay.
Okay.
So after the 3rd minute it has taken, it has took 4 minutes to complete the job. So it is now 7. At the 7th minute, now the job is coming out. Now we have to make a comparison of time out of machine A and time out of machine B earlier. You see, now it is out at 7 and here it is also out at 7. So which means machine B is now ready to accept the job.
Oh,
So it can enter at 7. For an example, if the time out
No,
here
sir,
is 8.
sir,
right?
adding upon
So
a doubt.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
So in that case, why machine B is not starting with 0? Why it is starting at 3, sir?
Yeah, exactly.
You see, in this case, our assumption is we are just starting that activity. There is no other activity happening on those machines, right? So
Okay.
from the nascent stage. So the assumption here is starting from the nascent stage, which means the production has not started. Just consider in that way. When production has not started, machine B will be idle for 3 minutes until the activity of machine A is completed. So only for that first activity I am saying. So this is like a specific job we are taking. Okay. So like what you can say, it is like a batch. You are starting something, during that batch is started, your production is not happening. And after that batch is over, the machine A or B, whatever that has been earlier is again, it is idle. It is not been in use. That's all. It's a basic
Sir,
assumption. that's
okay.
all.
So let's assume that if my the sequence 1 5 3 4 3 2 4, instead of that, if my one is like placed at the right corner where machine B is minimum,
Okay.
so what will be
So-
that case, sir? Sorry, someone stopped you.
So you're asking that if machine B is minimum.
Yeah.
You see, that is the
If in
reason
case-
we have made a sequencing here. So that's the reason I said that we have started, right? So it is actually called as something Johnson's algorithm. So this is a theory that has been framed by a person. So after a lot of research, the person has given up with an algorithm to us such that if there is going to be 2 machines, for an example, if that minimum is in A machine, right? So it should be the first activity that has to be taken. If the activity minimum is in B's machine, so it has to be taken at the last position. So this is out of a very big research that how the sequencing has to happen. Okay. So based on that specific algorithm, right? So we cannot deny it. So there are certain specific assumptions that has been made, okay, out of research made by a person and algorithm that has been provided. We are just following the procedure that has been provided by that person. It's called as the Johnson's algorithm.
Okay.
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 So it is out of a research been happened in many of the companies, and then only we are using this.
Okay. Sir, one more request. So maybe can you reshare, because someone did something, they tried to share something and your presentation went small. I'm not sure whether it's only for me or for everyone.
Can anyone else confirm me whether my screen is not visible?
Screen is visible, but I mean, like, it's not full screen.
Yeah, sir, it went to small now. I think
Okay.
It is not visible, sir.
Okay.
Someone tried to present in between, so that changed this.
Okay. I don't know why nothing is enabling. Okay.
Okay. Maybe you can stop share and again share again, sir. Maybe.
Okay. So is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Fine now, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let us go to the third activity. You see here the third activity, you see that the machine A, now it can start by 7. Okay. So now it can start by 7. So the third, so we have completed this 1 and 5 we have completed. Okay. Activity 1 and 5 we have completed. So the third activity is where? Okay. So this is the third activity. So it is taking 5 minutes. Right? So 5 minutes means 7 plus 5. So it will come out at 12. Okay. So see here, it is coming out at 12. So this is the one I have chosen. So third activity. Third activity, the machine A is taking 5 minutes. So 7 minutes is the earlier closing time. So 7 I have taken. So added with 5, 12. But you see here, the fifth activity that I have taken, it is going up to 15 minutes. So what will happen here? Can the job enter at 15 here? Is that possible? So the activity here, it ends with 12. Here the activity is now ending with 12. Okay, but here it is 15. So what is happening here? So here both are same numbers, 7, 7. So it has entered at 7. So here machine A activity closer to 12 minutes, but machine B is still processing. It will come out only at
15
the
minutes.
15th minute. So what we should use, either 12 or 15? 15. So we can use only 15. Okay. So now what you can do is, now we are having a question here. So now it is 15. So 15 plus how much minutes here? 15, 6 minutes, right? 16 is 21. So how much? 15 plus 6, 21. So it is now coming at 21 minutes. It is coming out at 21 minutes. Sorry, there was an interruption. Okay. Now you see here the machine has taken the job only at 15, position 15, and 6 minutes it has taken. So 15 plus 6, 21, it has came out of machine B. So now this activity is completed. 3 is also completed. Okay. Fine. You see now machine is now here 12. At the end of 12th minute, right? So now second job can be taken. So this specific job can be taken by this machine. Okay, right. So 12. So now the activity can be taken 12. Fine. How many minutes it is going to take in that second activity? Okay. So in the second activity, the machine takes 8 minutes. So it is now coming out at 20th minute. So 8 minutes has taken. See here, again, 20 is here, 21 is here. So the machine B can accept the job only at 21 because still it is in process. Okay, so 21, right? Right? How much of time it will take? 10 minutes. So 21 plus 10. So it is 31. So it will be coming out at the 31 minute. Okay, so now we have completed second activity. Okay. There is only one activity left. So that is fourth activity, 7 and 5. So now 20th minute activity is being taken. So 7 is the minutes taken. So 27 minutes. Okay. See here again, the machine 31 it is coming out. Here it is 27. Okay. So what happens is we can take only 31. Okay. So at the 31st minute, the machine will be taking the job. Okay. So how much of time it is taken? 5. Okay, so 5 means 36. 36. Okay, right. So this is the answer. Okay, this is the answer. Minimum elapsed time. Minimum elapsed time is 36 minutes. So this is your answer. 36 is your answer. One more thing, there is a question. One more question is there. That is machine's idle time. How much of time that machines are idle? Can anyone try idle time of machines? Machine A, machine B. How much of time the machines are idle? A, how much of time it is idle? You see, it is like a batch I explained. You pick up a batch and if you starting, there is going to be an idle for machine. At the end also, there is going to be idle for some machine. So it is like a batch process you just to take. The machine is doing one specific batch of activity. So idle time will be there for both machine A and also to machine B. Can anyone let me know what is idle time for machine A?
9 seconds, sir. 36 minus 27.
Okay, 9 minutes or 9 seconds, whatever you say, because minutes or seconds is not provided here. So let it be 9 because you see here 36. See here it is 27. So the total elapsed or the minimum elapsed time, it is 36. So 36 minus 27, simple. Okay, 36 minus 27. So the machine is idle for 9 minutes until it takes up the next batch. So it is like a batch of production. You see here the assumption is like a batch production. Okay, starting a machine will be idle and at the end also a machine will be idle because the second batch is not going to be taken until the first batch is completed. Right. So B, how much of time it is idle?
0 minus 3.
No. 3 minutes. First it is 0 and 3. See here 15 minutes, 15 minutes. See here 15 minutes has entered, 21, 21 it has entered, 31, 31 it has entered. Yeah. 3 minutes it is in delay. Just a minute. 15, 15, 21. Yeah, only 3. Only 3 minutes delay. So 9 and 3 minutes. So that's all. 9 and 3 minutes. It could be minutes, seconds. I'm not very sure because in this question nothing is being specified. So the idle time of machine A is 9 seconds or 9 minutes. Machine B is 3 minutes or 3 seconds. Okay. So this is 26. Yes.
Yeah, but I couldn't understand this way of thing. Like because I was thinking like from 12 to 15 that is 3 minutes and 20 to 21 1 minute and 27 to 31 that is 4 minutes. So I thought it will be 8 minutes, but you are telling like from the job completed till the timeout there that duration we need to calculate.
You're speaking about the idle time of A.
Yeah, idle time.
Idle time. So if you just to take, you're saying that 36 it is going to be counted, so it should be 8. You're saying.
No, not like that. I am telling like a total idle time in between the process itself. It is coming like totally it is 8. So you are calculating A and B separately. That I am not able to understand. I am telling. Like from 12 to 15, 12 to 15, there is 3 minutes idle time, and 20 to 21, 1 minute, and 27 to 31, 4 minutes. So if you add all that, it will come like 8, right? So how that is,
So here you're saying, okay. So
yeah,
0 to 3, there is no idle time. 0 to 7, so 7 to 15. So you're saying in this specific area. So 12 to 15, you say that there is going to be 3 idle time. 20 to 21, there is going to be 1 idle time. And 23 to 31, there is going to be an idle time of 4, you're saying. So 4, 1. So in
yeah,
this way
like
we are
that.
calculating.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay.
idle time
See,
for the
sorry to
that
say
is
that.
idle time. That's idle time for the part actually. Ideal time of the
That
machine
is,
is individually for A and B. Yeah.
no, actually, we are calculating only for the machine as a person appraised. We are now just calculating for the specific machines. Okay. So here, the sequencing of the machines and how the activity is being handled and what is the ideal time of that machine is actually calculated. Okay. So you see, there
Okay,
are a
sir.
different way in which we are calculating. If you want to do a certain kind of sequencing, I would just go ahead with a networking method, not a sequencing method. So even that is comparatively even a better one when you compare with the sequencing and other related things. Okay. So every logic or algorithm has certain flaws into it and also certain assumptions into it based on which we try to do. Okay. As I said, practically things will be very, very different, right, when it just pans out. And as said, certain algorithms have certain demerits and also deficiencies into it, right? If we want to take any subject that is related to finance, I would say that most of the theory that finance has explained is actually not practically applicable. Okay. So certain things has certain flaws and certain assumptions also has certain flaws.
Sir, going by this calculation, like, so now the timeout of A, which we calculated like 36 and 36 minus 27, that is 9. But for B, you have done calculated as 3. How you arrived that? Can you explain?
So you see, this machine was idle only during the first 3 minutes, right? After that, it has just taken the jobs whenever it is possible to take, because you see, it has entered at 3, completed activity at 7. It entered at 7, completed the activity at 15. So like that, whenever there is a possibility, it has completed that activity on time and only during the specific time. Okay, I'll just come up with one more problem through which you can understand it in a better. Okay, I will go for the second problem. I think, I don't know what is the name. I didn't see, I didn't go and check. What's your name, Mr.
Arun,
Mr. Arun? Second problem you just kindly observe, because that specific problem we are going to have lot of idle times. Okay, so
Okay,
during
sir.
that idle time, I think possibly you can understand a lot. The second problem, when you just
Okay.
go ahead, you can have a better understanding. Okay, so
Yes,
the
sir.
3 machine problem, I'll try to explain that comparatively even in a slower pace of this problem. So as of this problem, the machine elapsed time is 36, and also this, what you would say, idle time of machine A and machine B is 9 and 3 respectively. Okay. So I think the second problem, I think I can explain a lot, because 3 machine problems is something that you will be having in your exams, I would consider. Okay. So 2 machine is actually much simpler, and the logic is actually much comparatively used in machines of 3, 4 and 5. But there is no syllabi that is related to 4 or 5 machines provided in the university. So even I can explain for 5 machines or 6 machines. Okay. But for your syllabus, it is only 2 machines and 3 machines. Okay. So this is the problem that I'm going to use for n jobs on 3 machines. Okay. So when it is n jobs, just to see here, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So 7 jobs. So it is 7 jobs on 3 machines. Just note this problem. 7 jobs on 3 machines. I expect this problem. I expect this kind of problem in your question paper. Okay. So n jobs on 3 machines. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. You see, when I explain this problem, kindly observe very keenly, and I will be very slow in this problem. Okay. So I expect this kind of problem in your question paper. N jobs on 3 machines. Shall I start the problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so before moving on, again, I just want to say all these are based on a certain algorithm called as Johnson's. Okay, so the person has provided a certain conditions. Only after meeting that condition, we can proceed with this problem. Okay, so this is the condition. Minimum time on machine A should be greater than or equal to maximum time on machine B. Minimum time on machine C should be greater than or equal to maximum time on machine D. So any one of the two conditions should be satisfied, right? Not two. Okay, any one of the condition, that is more than enough. If two is it, or else two conditions are correct, no problem. Even if one is correct, no problem. If both the conditions are going to fail, this problem cannot be proceeded. So this is to one of the person who just raised a question a few minutes back. Okay, so this Johnson's algorithm has been worked out with a lot of considerations. So having lot of concepts into the mind and how it can be practically applied, many things has been taken, but still, as I said, there are certain flaws into it. Okay, but the person has specified us a certain condition. Only if the condition is specified, we can proceed. As said, why can't a machine C can be chosen first? Why should a machine A should be chosen at that first point? Or slightly, there is many questions. Okay, so for these questions, the only answer that I can provide you as of now is this is out of a very big research and out of a very big theory. Okay, the person has provided us certain conditions. We are just meeting those conditions into it. Okay, so if you want to explain what is meant by binomial algorithm or its binomial distribution or what you say Poisson distribution and related things, so I should go into statistics and I need to explain from the derivation point of view. So as of this, for applied operations research, what we need is certain conditions and certain procedures. That's all. Okay, you just let me know what is the minimum time on machine 1, right, or A, right? So here it is machine A. Okay, so minimum on machine A. What is minimum on machine A? Minimum on machine A is 3. Okay, minimum on machine A is 3. Okay, then maximum on machine B. What we need is maximum on machine B. So see here, condition is maximum on machine B. Okay, maximum on machine B, 5. Maximum on machine B is 5, right? The next one, minimum time on machine C. You see one more condition is there. Minimum time on machine C. Okay, minimum time on machine C. Machine C minimum. 2 5s are there. Okay, so
2 5s are there.
Right. So now 2 5s are there. So any one 5. Okay. So now the condition is 2 conditions are there, right? So minimum of A. What is minimum of A? Minimum of A is 3. It should be greater than or equal to maximum of B. What is maximum of B? 5. So the condition is false. So the condition is not satisfying. Okay. The second condition is here. Minimum time on machine C. Minimum time on machine C is 5. It should be greater than or equal to maximum time on machine B. Maximum time on machine B is 5. So this is true. So Johnson's algorithm says that if any one of the condition is true, we can solve this problem. Okay, so otherwise we cannot make sequencing for this specific right project. Okay, so now we can proceed. Okay, because one condition is satisfied. Okay, so the second condition is now satisfied. Even though the first condition is not satisfied, second condition is satisfied. So we can go ahead in this problem. So the first step is we have to check whether this problem can be solved based on this Johnson's algorithm. So the output of step 1 is we can solve this problem. Okay, because second condition is getting satisfied. Okay, right. Shall we move to step 2? Step 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to add, right, machine A and B, machine B and C. Okay, so we are going to add the times of, right, so the time of the projects of machine A and machine B. Okay, machine A plus B. Okay, then the second one is machine B plus C. Okay, machine B plus C. Okay, machine A plus B, machine B plus C. So see here, this one, 3 plus 4. Okay, 7. Okay, 8 plus 3, 11. So like that we are going to add 11. Okay, so 7 plus 2, 9. Okay, 4 plus, what is the next one? 4 plus 5, again 9. 9 plus 1, 10. 8 plus 4, 12. 7 plus 3, 10. Okay, so I need to add the time of machine A and B, then the next row, machine B and C. So here it is 4 plus 6, 10. 3 plus 7, 10. 2 plus 5, 7. 5 plus 11, 16. 1 plus 5, 6. 4 plus 6, 10. 3 plus 12, 15. Okay. So, I think it's easy to understand. I have added the time of machines, that's all. The first row is machine A plus B and the second row is machine B plus C. Okay, so now sequencing. Okay, so how to do sequencing? How to do sequencing? So how many jobs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, 7. Okay, 7 activities are there. Okay. Okay. Just anyone let me know which is the smallest number among this, right? So whatever we have done in your step 2. So which is the least number or a minimum number?
6.
6.
6 is in which position? Now we can consider that it is this is machine 1, right? So like it is machine A. For example, I'm taking machine A like machine B. For example, I'm taking machine A, machine B. So the minimum is in 6. Should I start from the left side or should I start from the right side? For machine B, it should start from right or left?
Right side.
Right side. So I have to give here, right? So I have to use this here. So what is the specific point? So this is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? So this is what provided in your problem, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so now you said that this is the least number. So this is correspond to which specific sequencing or task? E. So E is now lesser in which specific machine? So machine B plus C. So which means the second machine. So if it is second machine or B machine, it should start from the right hand side. So E, right. So we have completed this. Okay. Now, which is lesser among the other time attributes, which is lesser? 7, 11,
7.
Okay, I think 7
sir,
is
7.
lesser. Okay. Okay, there is 2 7 here. One is corresponding to machine A level and one is corresponding to machine the second level, C or B level. Okay, so just consider if it is on machine A level, it should start from the left hand side. If it is from the machine B, it should start from the right hand side. So now there are 2 things here. One is related to machine A, one is related to the machine B. So what I have to do is we have 2. So I will take for machine A here. So A sequencing, right? And here it is C. Okay. Is there any confusion in understanding? So now there is a tie. There are 2 numbers 7 corresponding to A and corresponding to C activity. But that A activity is, now you can see A activity usually starts from your left hand side. The B's or B machines activity starts from your right hand side. So there is a tie now, A and C. So I have taken A here on the left hand side and C on the right hand side. So 2 activity completed on the same go. Okay, A and C. Okay, so I have completed. So now, which is the least? 11, 9, 12, 10. Okay, I think this is the least. So now this is corresponding to machine A or that A plus B. Okay, so now the D should be here because it is corresponding to the first machine activity. Okay, so D. So this is completed. Okay, now only B and F is left, right? So see here, B and F is left. Where is G? G is here. Okay, B, F and G is left. Which is the least number? Among the B, F and G. Now there is a confusion, right? There is 3 tens. Okay, so now there is 3 tens here. But there is only 1 10 that is corresponding to machine A plus B. So what we can use this one? This here is 110, here is 110 and here is 110. So there is a tie now. So what we can do is first we can give priority to the machine here, right? Machine A, right? So if it is machine A, it is very simple. Okay, machine A will always come from your left hand side position. So G can be used here. Okay, so this is arbitrary. So we have to choose in certain position. We need to just apply the logic. Okay, so G is being used. So now again there is 2 machines that is corresponding, B and F, right? So just consider when we go arbitrarily, we always choose from the first. Okay, if it is A, B, C, D or something else, if there is going to be a tie, we will not come from the reverse side. So arbitrarily when we want to try, we will try from the first one and then we will just proceed to the second one. So here this is something called arbitrary approach which is applicable universally. So when there is going to be a tie, when you want to make a decision, always we just give priority to something that is first. Okay, so I'm going to give priority to the first one since there is going to be a tie. So it is B and F. So I'm going to give priority to B here and then to F. There are certain situations where we need to decide. We need to consider arbitrarily, we have to just go with a certain logics. Okay, maybe something alphabets related or something. Okay, B and F I'm taking. Okay, and one more thing here, you see that 12 is in A machine is higher side, on a higher side. So it is always better to go for something that is minimum. Okay, so it is better to go with something that is minimum. So better to choose B and then go with F. Okay, so the sequencing is one more thing you have solved. Now you have completed something related to sequencing. So now you have a sequence A, D, G, B, F, C and E activity. A, B, D, F, C and E activity. So how many machines we have here? this problem we have 3 machines. Okay, so now we are going back to the problem. The purpose of second step is just to identify sequencing. The purpose of second step is just to identify sequencing. We have identified the sequence. Okay, so machine A, right? Time in, time out, similar to the last problem. Time in, time out. Okay, so machine B, time in, time out. Okay, machine C, time in, time out. Okay, so just have a careful
Sir,
observation of what
sir.
I'm doing. Yes.
Sir, one doubt, sir. So you have chosen BF,
Yes.
right? Sir, we are choosing it for mission B, and as you said, we are choosing it first B and then F. Why not from right hand side, and why it's from left hand side BF? As you are choosing B first, so as for mission B, we'll start from right? So why not from right hand side and it's from left hand side? If you're choosing B first,
You see, there
mission
is-
B first. Yeah.
Okay, machine B first and machine F second.
Yes.
So this is the one you're
Yeah.
asking, right? Machine B and
Yeah.
B and F. You see, as
Yeah,
as
yeah.
said, when there is going to be a tie, possibly, right? So now there is a tie where we can use something called as arbitrary approach. Arbitrary approach is something that we need to have certain logic in our mind based on which we are trying to function. So the logic behind what I'm trying to do here is I'm just having a sequence of B and then comes the F. So I'm just having that in mind and I'm just processing with B and F. Okay. So if things is not going to work out, right? It's an arbitrary approach, trial and error. So
Okay.
if this is
Okay.
not going to work out, I will be choosing F and B.
Okay, sir.
Okay. This is something
Got it, yeah.
arbitrary trial and approach when there is an error. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt,
So-
sir.
Yes.
So G, B and F, all three had the same time, no, sir, 10, 10, 10. How G came
Yeah,
first?
So here you see, when I want to just check, this machine A always starts from your which position? From your right hand side,
Left.
sorry, left hand side. Right. So you see, after D, the only position left, right, in your left hand side is G. This specific position, the third position. So I have taken this G here. Okay. So after G has been chosen, only two things were left. One is B and one is F. Okay, so since B and F, there is a tie, right, between this machine B and C, there is a 10 and a 10. So I have just given a priority, right, so to based on some arbitrary approaches, B that comes first and let the F come second. Okay, so there is nothing wrong when you want to try with F and B.
That is
There is
clear,
nothing
sir.
wrong
B
if
and
you
F
want to
is,
try with F and B.
okay, sir. B
So
and F
G
is
is very simple. From the right hand side, left hand side, you should come, right, for your machine A. So there is
Okay.
no problem when you want to choose with machine G here, because it should be on the left side. So of these three cells, the left is this one. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Right. So machine A, as said, now we are entering at the 0 time. So we are going to start. A. Machine A will take 3 minutes. So 0 plus 3. Okay. So it is coming out at the third minute. Okay. So I'm taking A, right? A comes first, right? Then D. So 0 it entered, 3 it has came out of machine A. So now machine B. Now the machine B can take at the third minute. Without any time delay, it can take at the third minute. So how much of time it is taking? 4 minutes. So 3 plus 4. 7 minutes. Right. So for the first line, usually there won't be any problem. Okay. So it enters at the 7th minute here. Okay. So the time taken by machine C is 6 minutes. So 7 plus 3 is 13. Okay. So we have done for activity A or job, what you could say that A sequencing completed. Okay. Finished. So then we should start with D, right? So D, choose here, okay? So third minute, the machine A has completed an activity at the third minute. So it can take the second job at the third minute, okay? So individually it is processing, okay? Third minute it is now taking. Third minute it can take. So now how much of time will be taken by machine A? 4. So 3 plus 4, okay? 7, okay. So see here, we have to compare here. Here, machine A out time is 7. Machine B out time is also 7. So the machine will be now free to take the activity. So it can start at 7th minute, 7. What is the timeout? So it is taking 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes means 7 plus 5, 12. Okay. You see here, machine B has completed its activity at 12, but machine C is completing its activity, the earlier activity at 13. So can that machine C take that activity at 12 now? Machine C is still working. See here, machine C is completing the work of A at 13. So it cannot take the activity. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So it will enter at 13. Fine. So when it enters at 13, how much of time it is going to take? 11 minutes, right? So 11, 13 plus 11. So it is 24. Okay. Yeah, then. So this one is completed. D is completed. Okay, D is completed. Then it is G. G is 7. So timeout of earlier process is 7. So it enters at 7. What we are doing? G. So G is 7. So 7 plus 7. Okay, so 14. So now it enters at 14. Right. So see here, the machine has completed its activity at 14. Okay, but here the machine is now completed its activity at 12. So what should we use, 14 or 12? Machine B.
14.
14 we have to choose. 14 because we cannot choose 12 because the job is out at 12, but A machine, it has processed until 14. So 2 minutes, there is no other choice. Machine B has to wait. Machine B has to wait. Now what is this? Idle time. Am I right? The machine has completed its activity at 12, but it can accept the job only at 14. Somebody raised a question during the last problem. You see here, the machine has completed its activity at 12, but the machine can take up the activity only at 14. What is the 2 minutes now?
Idle. Machine B is idle now.
It is called as idle time. So here the machine is idle for 2 minutes. Let me make a note here. Let a number be here, 2. So the machine is idle for 2 minutes. So okay, let us come out of that idle time now. So 14, G. So how much of minutes is taking? 3 minutes. So 14 plus 3, 17. Okay. So can the job be taken at 17? Just to check whether the job can be taken at 17.
No, sir.
You see here?
Should be at
24. Yeah, it can take only at 24 because you see still the machine is working. Still the machine is working at 24 minutes. Up to 24 minutes, the machine is working. So now machine C can take a job only when it is 24, right? So 24 plus, what is the activity taken? G, 12 minutes. So 12 minutes, 36 minutes. So the activity G is completed. Okay, right. So what is the next activity? B. So now the machine can take the activity at 14, B. So it is taking 8 minutes. So 14 plus 8, 22. Okay, now at the 22nd minute, machine A has completed its activity. Okay, so now should I use 17 or 22? Machine B is depending on A, right? Only after A is completing, B can take that activity. So now we can take 22 or 17. Which one should we take?
22, sir.
22.
22, simple. Right. So again, there is an idle time, right? The machine has been idle for how many minutes?
5
Again
minutes.
for 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So we can calculate that later. So again, the machine is idle for 5 minutes. Okay. 22 plus what we are doing B. So 22 plus this one 3, 25. Okay, 25. So now the machine C can take that activity at 25 or 36.
36.
It can take only
36.
Only at 36. Only at 36 can take. 36, simple. Right. So 36 B activity. B is 7, no? So 43. So 43 it comes out of that machine. So idle time and all we can calculate later. First we can complete that the specific table. F. So we have completed B. So do we have time? We have only 8 minutes. We have to rush up. Okay. So F. So at 22 machine can take the job. So 22 plus what we are doing F, no? F8. So 30. So it can complete the job at 30. Okay, 30 it has completed the job. So it cannot take the job at 25. So it can take the job only at 30. Even though machine B is having idle, right? It has been kept idle or it's completed its activity, we cannot take up the job because machine A has completed the job at 30. So 30. Okay. So time out of machine B, we are doing F. F is 4. So 34. 30 and 34. So now machine B has completed at 34, but still it cannot take up that activity because machine C is still working. So it can take up the job only at 43. Okay, so 43 we have taken. So activity F, so it is taking 6 minutes. So 49. Right. So we have completed. Which one? F is completed. F is completed. Okay, so we have to take C. So 30, the job enters. C, it is taking 7 minutes. So 37. Okay, you see here you cannot take 34 because the machine A is processing up to 37 minutes. So 37 is the processing time which enters into machine B. So 37 plus what we are doing C. C is 2 minutes. So 39. Right. Similarly here, even though 39 the machine B has completed, machine C cannot take that activity because it is still processing. So we can take only that 49 minutes. 49. So now the activity time for C 5, right? So 54. 54, right? So activity C is completed. So only one activity is left, that is E. So now it enters at 37. Okay. 37. What is the time? 9 minutes. 46. Okay. So you see here again, 46-minute activity is completed even though the machine B is free. Now it cannot take the job at 39. So it can take job only at 46. So 46. So 46 plus 1. 47. Okay. So even though B has completed its job, machine C is still working. So it can take up the job only at 54. So 54, 54 plus how much? 5. So 59. Right? So 59. So we have got one more answer. Okay. So that answer is what? This is sequencing. This is one answer. Okay. So this is one answer. We have made a sequencing, right? So this is one answer. Okay. So this answer is what? Total elapsed time or minimum elapsed time, right? So it is 59 minutes or 59 seconds or whatever it may be. So we have done two things here. So we have made a sequence, right? And out of that sequence, we also had a minimum elapsed time. Two answers we got. Now we need to know what is the idle time. What is the idle time for machine A and machine B? Idle time for machine A, B, C. Right? We have three machines. Okay. For A, what is the idle time? For machine A, what is the idle time? total minus the time that machine A has taken to complete the last activity. So 59 minus 46. So the answer is 13. Okay. So the idle time of machine A is 13. Okay. The idle time of machine B. What is the idle time of machine B? So there is too much of idle time, right, for machine B. See here. Corresponding to this. Okay. So here it is 3 minutes idle. Next, there is no idle time. 12, it has completed that activity, but it has taken up the activity at 14. See here. 12, 14. Right? 12, 14. What is the idle time? 2. Right? 17, 22. 17, 22. What is the idle time? 5. 25, 30. Right? Again, there is a 5 minutes idle time. Okay. Then 25, 30. 34, 37. Idle time is 3. 39, 46. How much is the idle time? 7 minutes. Right? Right. 7 minutes. Right? And one more thing. 47, after completing this activity at 47 up to 59, the machine is idle. So 59 minus 47, again something is there. Okay, so again there is a 12 minute. Okay, so what is the machine idle time now here? Just check. The machine is idle for how many minutes?
37.
13 minutes. 37. So can you understand that idle time of machine B? Is there any confusion in understanding the machine B idle time? I will be posting this specific, Excel sheet in your Google Classroom. Okay. Machine C is idle for how many minutes at the starting? 7 minutes. Okay. So here you see 13, 13, no idle. 24, 24, no idle. 36, 36, no idle. 46, 46, no idle. 49, 49, not idle. 54, 54, not idle. Okay. And 59, right? So activity comes out at the last. So the machine C is idle only for 7 minutes. Okay. So you need to give 3 answers. First one is sequencing. The second one is what is the minimum elapsed time? So that is 59. And the third answer is what is the idle time of machine A, machine B, machine C. Okay. I will be posting this specific Excel sheet in your Google Classroom. You can make use of it.
Sir,
Yes.
elapsed time is 59, right?
Elapsed time, total elapsed time is 59.
Okay.
Elapsed time. The second answer is 59. So this is answer 2, the total elapsed time. Okay. So this is elapsed time. Okay. So this is idle time. So this is sequencing. Okay. All these are answers.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. For ideal time
Whatever I
for
have
machine
highlighted
C.
in this, machine C.
Yeah, sir. How about it, sir? Sir, it should come.
You see here, I will just explain. You see the machine is idle for the first 7 minutes. Am I right? So it has taken up its job only at the 7th minute. So 7 minutes, the machine is idle. It is not functioning. Okay. As I said, it is like an assumption of batch production. We are starting right from the nascent stage. Okay. 7 minutes, it is idle. You are just comparing here. That's all. 13, 13, no idle. 24, 24, no idle. 36, 36, no idle. 43, 43, no idle. 49, 49, no idle. 54, 54, no idle. Okay. So see here, 7, 7, no idle. 12, 4, 2 idle. 17, 22, 5 idle. 15, 25, 30, 5 minutes idle. 34, 37, 3 minutes idle. 39 and 46, 7 minutes idle. So we have to calculate only within the specific machine. Clear? Only
Okay,
for
sir.
individual machines, we need to calculate that idle. Okay. I think the session was informative. Okay, I'll just stop sharing my screen presentation. Be on the screen. I just want to take a screenshot or else a snapshot of your attendance before the next faculty comes. Just a minute. Already I have taken much time of other faculty. Okay. Okay, thank you all for joining this session. Okay, I'll be posting whatever the notes that is possible. What I have solved, I think I have posted most of the problems that I have solved in your Google Classroom. Okay, make use of any notes or any books that is available for applied operations research. So any book, the logic or else the way of solving a problem is not going to be different.